Hello, my name is David Xing and this is Online Peer Learning, where today we will be learning about common music notation. First, let's learn about dynamics. So there are four main dynamics: forte, which looks like an F, piano, which looks like a P, mezzo forte, which looks like an MF, and then mezzo piano, which is noted as MP. So as a rough translation, forte is loud, piano is soft, mezzo forte is less loud, and mezzo piano is less soft. Therefore, mezzo forte is a bit softer than forte, while mezzo piano is a bit louder than piano. If we were to rank these from the softest to the loudest here, it would be piano, mezzo forte, and forte. There is also fortissimo, which is two Fs, and pianissimo, which is two Ps, in which case fortissimo would be louder than forte and pianissimo would be softer than piano. Next, let's learn about ties and slurs. So these are ties and slurs. The first one is a tie, and the second one is a slur. The difference between them is ties tie together notes of the same pitch, while slurs connect two different notes that are two different pitches. Next, we'll learn about articulation. There are four main articulations that are essential to know. First are staccatos, which appear as a dot over the note. A staccato means you play the note very shortly. So it would be accented like, it would be played like dot. You would cut off the note. Tenuto means sustained, so therefore you would play the note for its full value. Here, this is a quarter note, so it would be played for an entire beat. Next are accents. Accents look like that. They look like a sideways V, and this denotes that you must play it loud, louder than the notes accompanying it. Marcato is similar to both accents and staccatos. You must play it loud, but you must also play it short, so it combines the essential components of accents and staccatos together. Next, let's learn about time signatures. So, in general, there will be two numbers on top of each other. The first number on top denotes how many beats per measure there are. So for example, in 4/4, which is the most common time signature, there will be 4 beats per measure. And then the bottom determines what type of note gets the beat. So the bottom 4 would denote a quarter note would be the value of 1 beat. If it was, for example, an 8, that would mean an eighth note would get 1 beat, or 16, which means a 16th note would get 1 beat. So there are two common time signatures that you will see. The first one is a regular C. This is common time, which denotes 4/4, which means there will be 4 quarter notes per measure. Next, there will be cut time, which denotes that every measure will have 2 half notes, and the half notes will get the beat, whereas in common time, a quarter note will get a beat. Next, let's learn some other useful notation. A caesura looks like 2 vertical lines, or 2 slashes. This denotes a pause in the music. So if there's a caesura, pause in the music. Fermatas look like a half circle with a dot in them. This means that you play the note longer than it actually says. So this is a quarter note, for example, but a fermata means you would hold for longer than a quarter note. Also, repeat signs. Repeat signs denote that you should repeat whatever is within those repeat signs. For example, if there was 4 measures of music here, you would play the 4 measures, and then once you see the repeat sign, you would go back to the beginning and play the 4 measures again, and then move on after. Additionally, first and second endings work similar to repeat signs. So first you play these 2 measures. For example, in this example, you would play these 2 measures first, and then you would play the first ending, and then you see the repeat sign, you would go back to the beginning, play the first 2 measures again, but then instead of going to the first ending, you would skip to the second ending, and then after you play the second ending, you would move on. Finally, triplets. Triplets denote that there will be 3 notes in the space where there usually is 2. For example, here there are 3 eighth notes, but there is a 3 over them, so that means there is a triplet. So instead of playing 3 eighth notes, you should play 3 notes that fit in the space of 2 eighth notes. So therefore you should play 3 notes in 1 beat. That means each note gets a third of a beat. And that was all for today. Thank you for listening.